Disney. Other U.S. companies provide abortion tour benefit after Roe selection. New York U.S. businesses, which includes Walt Disney, NYSE, Dis, Co. and Facebook, Nasdaq, Meta, parent Meta Platforms Inc. said on Friday they will cover employees' costs if they ought to tour for abortion offerings after the U.S. Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The U.S. Supreme Court on Friday overturned the landmark 1973 ruling that diagnosed a female's constitutional right to an abortion, handing a victory to Republicans and religious conservatives who need to limit or ban and, in some states, criminalize the method. Many states are anticipated to similarly restrict or ban abortions following the ruling, making it hard for lady employees to terminate pregnancies unless they tour to states where the technique is permitted. For instance, in Oklahoma, an invoice because of take effect in August bans abortion except in scientific emergencies and penalizes carriers who violate the regulation with as much as $100,000 in fines and 10 years in prison. States supplying abortion protections include New York and Maryland. Disney instructed employees on Friday that it remains dedicated to offering comprehensive get entry to pleasant health care, consisting of for abortions, in keeping with a Disney spokesperson. The employer's blessings will cover the price of employees who need to journey to every other vicinity to access care, consisting of to acquire an abortion, it said. Facebook proprietor Meta will reimburse travel expenses for employees in search of out-of-state reproductive care, but the business became also assessing how pleasant to accomplish that given the prison complexities concerned, consistent with a spokesperson. But Meta additionally moved to restrict internal discussion of the ruling. Moderators on its discussion board Workplace eliminated posts mentioning abortion, mentioning a respectful communications policy barring employee discussions of political topics, according to a LinkedIn submit by using a Meta worker in Seattle. Moderators additionally took down hyperlinks to Facebook posts by means of outgoing Chief Operating Officer Sheryl Sandberg that condemned the ruling, the worker wrote. The Meta spokesperson declined to comment on inner policy while asked about the reviews of proscribing internal discussion. Policies supporting abortions various among groups. Dick's Sporting Goods, NYSE, DKS, Chief Executive Lauren Hobart stated on LinkedIn that the company could pay as much as $4,000 in travel for personnel or their family contributors and a help man or woman if abortion become not available close by. Companies that provide reimbursements for abortion-related travel may be prone to proceedings through anti-abortion businesses and Republican-led states, and even capability crook consequences. Lawyers and different specialists stated employers should face claims that their rules violate Kingdom legal guidelines banning, facilitating or assisting and abetting abortions. Ride-hailing organization Lyft, Nasdaq, Lyft, said it'd legally defend drivers in abortion instances, saying it would expand a recent coverage as new state laws had been surpassed. No driving force have to should ask a rider in which they may be going and why, a spokesperson stated. A draft of the Supreme Court ruling on abortion became leaked in May. At that point, many different organizations, together with online overview site Yelp, NYSE, Yelp, Microsoft Corp, Nasdaq, MSFT, and Tesla, Nasdaq, TSLA, said they would assist cover the fee of travel for personnel looking for reproductive offerings. Apple, Nasdaq, AAPL, repeated that it supported employees making their personal decisions on reproductive health and that its healthcare protected travel for services unavailable nearby. Yelp co-founder and chief executive Jeremy Stoppelman on Friday said the ruling puts girls' fitness in jeopardy, denies them their human rights, and threatens to dismantle the development we've made towards gender equality within the place of work because Roe. Alaska Air, NYSE, ALK Group, discern of Alaska Airlines, mentioned on Friday its miles reimbursing tour for certain medical techniques and remedies if they may be no longer to be had wherein you live. Today's Supreme Court selection does now not exchange that. Other businesses presenting the gain include Johnson & Johnson, NYSE, J&J, online relationship websites OkCupid and Bumble Inc., Netflix Inc., Nasdaq, NFLX, and JP Morgan Chase & Company, NYSE, JPM, the nation's biggest financial institution. OkCupid dispatched in-app messages to customers in 26 states likely to ban abortions, gearing up for a political combat. Act now with the aid of calling your representatives and traumatic freedom and preference, mentioned a replica of the message tweeted by means of OkCupid Chief Marketing Officer Melissa Hobley.